What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher, and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about hardcore mode, the forgotten little brother of the regular mode. Now, I say that not because it's worse or not because it's better. I say it because a lot of people don't even know it exists in the game. And basically what it is it's a game mode just like Team Deathmatch, just like Kill Confirmed, but you have less health. That's all it is. Also, there is no HUD, and what I mean by that, there is no like bullet count, there is no hip spread reticles, there is no map. All of that stuff is in hardcore mode, and if you didn't know about it, it's there. Go ahead, check it out. But the main thing is that there is less health in it. Now, we're going to go through and talk about the top 5 best guns to use in this game mode, but first you need to understand how health works in hardcore mode. So the basic premise of this is there is 2 misconceptions about this. First of all, a lot of people assume you have 50 health in hardcore mode. Not true. You have 30. So what you want in a weapon, and this is the second most common misconception, is a fast-firing, medium-damage weapon, not a slow-firing, high-damage weapon. A lot of people assume that if you use a high-firing weapon, you will always get a 1-bullet kill, therefore it's the best weapon to use. But since it's not 50 health, it's 30, you can actually use a pretty low-damage weapon and still get 1-bullet kills, and low-damage weapons have faster fire rates, so why use a slower-firing weapon just to get a 1-bullet kill when you can get the 1-bullet kill with a faster-firing weapon? Now, those are the 2 misconceptions, and now that you understand those, you will understand why I am picking these certain weapons I talk about throughout this video. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about the top 5 weapons to use in hardcore. So as we are looking at these weapons, there's 2 stats you need to keep in mind. The range in which you are going to get a 1-shot kill, and the fire rate of the weapon. So those are the 2 most important things. With that in mind, coming in at number 5, as you can tell by on the screen, we have the Razorback. Yes, that's right. A weapon you probably could never guess was on this list if you don't play hardcore mode. The Razorback. The Razorback has a 1-bullet kill range of 1,100 in-game units, which is absolutely fantastic, an extremely long range, but at the same time, it has a 625 fire rate, which is really good, which means that if you miss 1 bullet, you'll still be getting a bullet out of that gun really, really quickly with a very, very decent 1-bullet kill range. Now, this weapon isn't that great in regular mode, but it's definitely decent in hardcore mode and is one you should try checking out. Now, if you do play hardcore mode, a lot of people do use this weapon, and it succeeds very, very well because it also has a pretty damn good recoil pattern. So with all that in mind, definitely check this weapon out if you are playing hardcore mode. So keeping what I said in mind, the next weapon up is the Weevil. That's right, the Weevil. So the first 2 weapons on this list are a little bit confusing, but the reason why the Weevil works is it has a 1-bullet kill range of 800 in-game units. But I know what you're thinking. Inkslasher, Ink! That's shorter than the last gun. Yes, it is, but the fire rate is 722 RPM, which is 100 better, which is a lot better. The reason why this is better is because I play a lot of game modes where I am up close and personal with people. For example, I play a lot of Kill Confirmed, which means you want that faster fire rate. So because of that, this weapon is better. If you play a Team Deathmatch is really the only one. The Razorback is better in that case scenario, but in every other game mode, definitely use the Weevil. And at every other range, you're just simply looking at a 2-bullet kill. And to get a 2-bullet kill on target when you have a 722 RPM fire rate, you're looking at a pretty solid weapon right there. And again, this weapon has some pretty good accuracy at the same time. So I prefer the Weevil over the Razorback, but they're definitely interchangeable. So this is where things get absolutely magical. At number 3, we have the Kuda. Now, the magical thing about the Kuda is, remember what I said about the Razorback? Its 1-bullet kill was 1,100 in-game units. The Kuda is 1,000 in-game units, which isn't as good, I know that, but the fire rate is 722 RPM, the exact same fire rate as the Weevil. So it has a better range and the same fire rate as the Weevil. That's why it's above the Weevil, and we've already explained why the Weevil is above the Razorback. But in any game mode, even if you are playing Team Deathmatch, I recommend the Kuda over the Razorback in hardcore mode. Here's why. The Kuda will drop the person a little bit faster if you miss the bullet, so which means you're going to get that second bullet on target a little bit faster, so there's a little bit of leeway there if you aren't as accurate of a player. But also, that 100 in-game units is a lot less noticeable than a 100 faster fire rate. So that being kept in mind, that is why I choose the Kuda over the Razorback for many, many reasons, but also it's a lot more forgiving. Like I said before, if you miss one bullet, that second bullet is coming out of that gun 100 RPM faster, or if you miss a couple bullets, you can still rely on the next few bullets to do a little better. Also, I like the recoil a little bit better on the Kuda than the Razorback. I know they're both good, and you really can't complain about either of them, but I just prefer the Kudas a little bit more, but that could also be because I'm a lot more used to using the Kuda in regular core game modes, so it just carries over to hardcore a little bit more. But that's what I think. So coming in at number 2, we have the KN-44. As you guys know, this is my favorite weapon in the game. It is so good in core mode, and guess what? It also works in hardcore mode, and here's why. So, this weapon actually has the exact same fire rate at 625 as the Razorback. So, why is this one so much higher on the list? Well, it's a one bullet kill up to 2,000 in-game units, so almost double the Razorback, double the Kuda, which basically means almost everywhere on the map you are going to be getting that one bullet kill. Almost everywhere. There's a few situations on a couple maps where you'll notice that it's not a one bullet kill, but for the most part you can literally going around one tapping people across some of the maps, which is absolutely insane. Not to mention the 625 fire rate is actually pretty damn good. In fact, it's the second fastest fire rate out of any of the fully automatic assault rifles, which is just fantastic. The only one better than it is the HVK. The reason why the HVK isn't on this list is because it only is a one bullet kill up to 1,000 in-game units, whereas this one is double that. So that's why this one is number 2 on the list. So this is where things get absolutely unfair, and in fact, if you ask me, this weapon needs to be patched in hardcore because this is insane how good this weapon is. So coming in at number 1, some of you may disagree with me. I know the weapon balancing is pretty good in this game, but I truly believe that this is the number 1 weapon in hardcore mode. It is insane how well this weapon does, and as you can tell by on screen, it is the XR2, and there's so many reasons why this is the number 1 weapon. So this weapon has a one bullet kill, you guessed it, at every single range on the map. The lowest damage profile for this weapon is 30 damage, which means you will be in some circumstances where you get some penetration kills that aren't a one bullet kill. But guess what? You shoot 3 bullets at a time out of this weapon. It's a burst action weapon. And you're probably thinking, well, it's got to have a slower fire rate then. Guess what? It doesn't. Its fire rate is 857 RPM, which is better than the KN-44 that we just talked about. Then you're probably thinking, whoa, but the M8 burst action assault rifle has a better fire rate than the XR2 does. But guess what? The M8 only is a one bullet kill up to 1,000 in-game units. So there's a lot of situations where you will be getting 2 bullet kills with the M8. With the XR2, it's always a one bullet kill, and let me tell you, this weapon melts people. Now, not only that, there is another thing with this weapon. You can get a one bullet kill at any range on the map with the XR2 while using a suppressor, because guess what? The suppressor doesn't change the damage at all, it only changes the range. And guess what? Since this gun is a one bullet kill at every single range on the map, changing the range has absolutely no effect on this weapon. So if you're setting up a class with the XR2, you want a suppressor, grip, rapid fire, and if you want one, a red dot sight. It helps me, but you don't necessarily need one. That class is absolutely unstoppable because the rapid fire decreases the burst delay, which means you can shoot bursts out of the weapon a little bit faster, just in case you miss all of your bullets from the burst, which is actually a hard thing to do. but this weapon is so, I almost don't even want to make a video about it, because this is so, it literally is overpowered, because you have like the fastest fire rate with a weapon that drops someone at every single range on the map. Now there are other weapons that do that, like let's take the Shiva or the Man of War for example. Those both do the same thing, but the fire rate for the Shiva is 273, the fire rate for the Man of War is 550, and it's not even close to the fire rate of the XR2. The XR2 works so damn well in hardcore mode. If you don't believe me, just give it a shot. It is absolutely amazing. I gave you all the reasons, I gave you all the proof, I gave you all my evidence, and that's all I can do. So guys, let me know, what are your favorite weapons to use in hardcore mode? Let me know down in the comment section below. I promise you I will answer, or not answer, but I will read every single comment 100%. I literally read all my comments, so I can promise that. Answering them, I can try, but I may miss a couple. So if you have anything to say, let me know what your favorite weapon is in hardcore mode in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, a like rating would really help out my channel. It extremely helps out my videos and would be greatly appreciated if you could do that. Or subscribe to the channel. If you're new to it, hit that subscribe button. I upload new videos every single day of the week except for Sunday. Or check me out on Twitter. That's where you can learn about my life, what I do in my daily life. That link is in the description. So thanks for watching, guys, and until next time, peace out. Take 'em.